Hi, my name's Gabriella. Welcome to my channel where the theme is just generally creativity. I currently study musical theatre, and if you're wondering why I haven't posted in a while, that is a large percentage of the reason. I haven't had time to do a lot of things that I really love, YouTube and reading. Although if you may have noticed from these boxes or the title of the video, I have recently subscribed to Fairyloot, which, if you don't know it, is a book subscription box. You get a box every month containing a book that has been recently released, which will be a special edition customised for the Fairyloot box exclusively, along with a selection of other items that are all themed around popular books. Now, having not had a lot of time for reading recently, I've been getting a lot of these boxes, and I don't think there's been an item so far that has been from a book that I've already read. Nevertheless, I think it's probably a testament to the quality of these boxes that I have thoroughly enjoyed and absolutely adored every single box so far. And that's 3 boxes, which may not be the most, but I think that's pretty good going. I've been so excited by each box that I keep wanting to do unboxings to share with you, and I just haven't had as much time. And also, because I've read so little recently, a lot of me opening the boxes has just been me looking at the spoiler card to figure out what everything actually is. So maybe not the most thrilling for reacting, but I thought that it might be fun just to do a massive haul from all 3 of these boxes so far, show you everything that I've got, my thoughts on the items, a speed run of sorts. So I figured I would go through all of the items first, box by box, and then show you the special editions of all the books I've got at the end. So the first box that I got was the December one, which was themed Dance with Death. And it came with this really lovely art print, which has spoilers on the back, which I very much needed. The first item, which I wasn't expecting, even though I knew they did this sometimes, it was another book. I haven't actually read this one yet. I have read all of the special editions. I'm caught up on those, but with about 70 odd books on my bedroom floor that I need to read. They're on the floor because there's no space on my bookshelves. I just haven't quite got to this one yet. We're gonna get there soon. The next thing that I absolutely love is this letter opener, and it's a weapon replica of the Prince of Hearts dagger from Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I do have that book, so I went out and bought it because I loved it so much, but I haven't read it yet. We're in progress. Then there's this iron-on patch inspired by We Hunt the Flame. I'm not normally a patch person, I never really wear them, but I really like this, and I think they're like a reoccurring item in the boxes, so I'm thinking I might maybe a blanket or something I can start putting patches on. I'm gonna figure something out for it. Then there was the fandom neutral item, which is the beginning of a new foiled bookmark series that they're doing. These are the first 2, and they're Hades and Persephone, and I really love these. I love Greek mythology, so bookmarks, foil, Greek mythology, amazing, I love it. And then this, it's a book sleeve inspired by These Violent Delights. I'm not a huge fan of the design, but I do want to read the book, and maybe once I've read the book, I'll really love it because I'll know what it's referencing. However, this is one of my favourite items so far from the box because I've never had a book sleeve, especially with all the special editions that I'm getting from Fairyloot. Having something to carry them around in safely so that they're not going to get damaged has been life-changing. Absolutely love this and really want to read the book because of it. Then they have collectible tarot cards, and I started my subscription halfway through like a series of the tarot cards. So I have the 9 and 10 of Pentacles, based on characters from Red Rising. Another one I haven't read, another one I need to read. I love the idea of tarot cards, would have loved it was a series I knew, but we're going to remedy all of this very rapidly. And then each month you also get a matching bookmark to match the art and art of the book with a letter from the author on the back. So that was the first month. Absolutely loved it. Moving on to the second month, which was January's Monsters Within. The first item was something I was very pleased to see because even though I haven't read all of the books, I've read a few of them. I'm not sure if I've met this character, but I knew the surname. And this is a James Herondale trinket dish from the Last Hours series, Shadow Hunters. I've definitely met his relatives. I have no idea who's who anymore. Is James Gem? Because if it's Gem, then I know I've met Gem somewhere. I haven't read them in a really long time. But I do like Shadowhunters, and this is lovely. Then there was this pin inspired by the Scythe series. Haven't read them. Interested to read them. Fairyloot also did a series of special editions of all of them recently. I didn't get them, but I am interested to read. Again, like patches, I'm not really a pin person, but I know that they're a regular thing with Fairyloot, so I think I'm gonna figure out something to do with them. I'm gonna become a pin person. I'm gonna become a patch person. I'm gonna figure out what to do with them because they're lovely and I want to collect them and actually do something with them as opposed to just having them sat around not doing anything. And then there was this lovely metal bookmark, which is inspired by the book that came that month in the box. And it's gorgeous colours with this tassel on it. It's so lovely. It was weird though, because seeing this, I thought that this was probably going to be the main character, and it wasn't, which tripped me for a second. I'll come back to it when I actually talk about the book. There's a bit more I wanted to say about that, but it won't make sense until I get to the book. So then there was a tea towel inspired by these hollow vowels. Says, these are the hours of spies and thieves. I really love the idea of a tea towel. If I had my own place, this would already be in use. Still at my parents' house, they have a lot of tea towels, and I don't want this to get thrown in with all the rest. It's waiting for its moment. We had a jigsaw puzzle, which is very exciting. Like all the books I haven't read though, I also haven't done this puzzle yet. We're getting there. The image in the puzzle really intrigues me. He's got lots of like lines down, like tally marks on his arms. Why does he have tally marks on his arms? I'm intrigued. I want to know. I will eventually get to the book at some point. Then of course we had the next two tarot cards, which were the Page and Knight of Pentacles. Again, Red Rising series by Pierce Brown. And then this artwork based on the book with a note from the author, and I really loved the notes from the author. And then of course the little bookmark to go with the overall month's artwork. And now we get to the third box, which is February's box, To the Moon and Back. Gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. The first item was a pair of socks. I love socks. I always need more socks. I'm running out of socks right now, so this is perfect. Don't ask me why I haven't opened them yet. Which are based on The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, who I believe also wrote The Night Circus, which I do have, I just haven't read it yet. So I'm going to read that, and then I'm going to read this, and I'm going to wear the socks all the time. Then we have this lovely little necklace based on the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. I've just gotten into reading the Court of Thorns and Roses series. I've read the first two, loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Really, really want to read this because the second one's just come out. Everyone's talking about it. But I don't know what order to read all the stuff in now. I need to finish the Court of Thorns and Roses first before I start buying all the other ones. And I want all of the books immediately, but that's not feasible. So we're making do with the necklace. Then we have another art print based on The Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. Haven't read it, but is it Kitsune with all the tails? That immediately makes me want to read it. And it's purpley. I love purple. Then there is this tote bag based on the book, which came in the box. It's really bright. Wouldn't normally be my thing. But having said that, purple and green are my two favourite colours. And also having just finished reading the book, like the art is so pretty. And I need new bags like this. So this is getting pretty immediate use. Then, oh my god. Maybe, is this my favourite item so far? Bookends, which are like moon and stars and clouds. I'm in love. They're so beautiful. I just need to figure out where to put them because I don't have surface space. Hence 70-ish books on my floor. But we're going to figure out what to do with these because I can't deal with it. It's amazing. And then we have the final two tarot cards in this series, which is the Queen and King of Pentacles. I've really enjoyed the art. Would have loved to have known who these people are. We'll remedy it at some point. And then the artwork based on the book. The note on it as well. Just love this, and obviously the matching bookmark. And now onto the special editions. I think these are some of the prettiest books that I own. I'm just in love with what Fairyloot does every single time. The first one I got in the December Dance with Death one was Year of the Reaper by Makia Lucia. This was a 5-star read from me. At first, I wasn't overly thrilled because I like brighter colours. I know I just said the tote bag was too bright, and it was just solid sprayed edges, and I was like, oh. But it's like foiled edges slightly, so it like glints in the light. And then when you open it, not only do we have this lovely reversible, well, I say reversible, lovely backside of the dust jacket artwork. I wasn't a huge fan of just the person on the cover. I preferred designs to just people, but I really love the spine. I think it's so pretty, and I think the combo just put together, it fits really well, and I actually really appreciate it. And like then having read the book, it all fits so well. Unfortunately, this one wasn't signed on the book, it was on a sticker which you can stick in, which isn't my favourite because I'm so indecisive and I don't know where to put it. So I think it might just stay on the sticker forever and I'm never actually going to stick it into the book. But this was a 5-star read for me. It really surprised me. I was a little unsure from the blurb, but from the first chapter, like the prologue even, I was completely hooked. It's really immersive, world building, a really interesting story, and I really love the characters. And I think the books just keep getting better. Like, I'm scared about next month because they keep progressing better and better. So the second one that I got, January, was Only a Monster by Vanessa Len, and I'm like, okay, black, but the gold foil and like the purple undertones, loving. You see the purple sprayed, and then you look on the side and the stencils, and with like a little pocket watch. Like, I really love like watch and like clock themes. I just really love them. And then the end papers are just so pretty. Purple foiling. Oh my god. And yes, this is the same character that was on the bookmark. And I think that's my one issue with, or like my main gripe with the design, like of the bookmark and the foil and like the images, because the main character is a girl. And I know we love like the book boyfriends, but why is the artwork all based on not the main character? Like, I really would have loved to have seen the main character a bit more centered on it, and obviously she's in the end pages, but I really would have loved to have seen a bit more of a nod to her in the foiling on the front and in the bookmark, or one or the other, not just all been about one of the book boyfriends. The book itself was a 4-star read for me. I thought it was a really interesting concept. I really enjoyed reading it. It was a great read. It just felt a little simplistic, I think. The monsters were called monsters. Like, it was a new kind of monster that the author has created, and they were just called monsters. And that's not like the only thing, but it just, I think that's sort of a good example of what I mean by it feeling a little simplistic. It was a great read. I flew through it. It was really engaging. I just felt like there could have been a little more on the world building, I guess. I'm not even sure that is really what I mean, but just for my tastes, it felt a little simple. And then finally, we get to February's book, Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I think this is the cover, like jacket is pretty similar to the UK cover, just in different, like, I think there's more pink in the flowers in the UK cover and this is just more blue. It's still absolutely gorgeous. I don't think they did much to the cover for a reason, because this is beautiful. Blue sprayed edges, and then you turn it and oh my goodness, if this isn't one of the most beautiful stencils I've ever seen. I mean, this is only my second book with stenciled sprayed edges, but I've seen some out there now. I'm getting more into book talk and things. I've seen a lot of sprayed edges, and if this isn't one of the most beautiful sprayed edges you've ever seen, I don't know. The end pages as well, gorgeous. absolutely gorgeous. Quite simple on the spine, and just the main characters on here. Again, I'm not as huge of a fan of just people on the foil, but with more of them it feels more like a scene, and I actually really like this, and I think it's just really beautifully done. And I just finished reading this yesterday actually. 5-star read from me. It was beautiful the whole way through. I loved the characters, I loved all of the world building, the stories. I really love mythology anyway, so finding out more about another culture's mythology that I don't know as much about was really lovely. And it's the first one in a duology, and I'm gonna be first in line when the second one comes out. It was just beautiful. Like, if this is the visual aesthetic, that's sort of how it felt as well reading it. Like, the story was as beautiful as the cover, if that makes any sense. So there you have my first 3 Fairyloot boxes. I'm so happy that I got them. I think it might have been one of the best life decisions I've ever made. I hope you enjoyed seeing what's in the boxes. Which item was your favourite? Especially if you've got the boxes yourself and actually have the items to look at yourself. And look out for an unboxing of the March box, because it has literally just arrived. So guess what I'm going to start filming right away now. And hopefully now that I've started reading a few more books, I might know some of the items in it, although I think I saw a list of the books that were going to inspire all the items. I don't think I've read any of them. I mean, going off my track record for these 3 boxes, I don't think I have much hope, but you know, I'm going to enjoy opening it anyway. So I'll hopefully see you there, or somewhere else in one of my other videos. Who knows? Till next time, bye!